Hello, everyone of the Taurus Collective. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am, here to give you your message for August 2026. I hope you enjoy. Now, for all of you that are new to this channel, the way that I roll is that I usually pick 3 astrological events of the month. And once I pick these 3 astrological events, I tell you how it's going to play out for the world and then how it's going to play out for you doing Oracle and Tarot. So I hope you enjoy it. I only do 1 reading per language, per sign, per month. And yeah, and the rest of the time I do astrology. So I hope you enjoy it. So that being said, the first thing we're going to be looking into is, take what resonates and what doesn't, let it go. It's your you have to use your discernment as to what really belongs to you and what doesn't. And that's all I got to say about that. August 3rd to January 6th, Chiron goes retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And this is very important because it will affect your money, it will affect your health, and it will affect your environment. And what I mean by that is whatever is out of alignment, it's kind of like an audit of the system. It checks out what is out of place, and then you need to correct it. If everything is in alignment, you might not experience it personally, but that being said, I'm sorry, we're not an island all by ourselves, so it can be affecting the people around you, and sometimes that affects us. The last time this happened was 1975 through 1977, and during that time we had great inflation. So according to history, the greatest in history, and now we're going through the same thing. We had stagnation for jobs. We had everything costing more expensive. But all that negative stuff brought strikes, recession, people advocating for themselves, changes in workers' rights, and changes in wages. That also happened in around that time regarding health. So women advocating for their reproductive rights, disability people receiving care and rights for what they need to have help with, and mental health reforms taking place. Also during that time, we had a lot of changes in our environment, like we actually created things to save this environment. So this is what I'm saying. It can be bad, but it's because it's calling you to do something different to bring the good. So let's see how it's going to affect you. School is over, I heard. And this one wants to come out too. Look, we have the school kids and it came up upside down. So school is over. We have you're receiving a message. Red light, green light. So let's find out what the red light is. What is the red light? Oof. We have the Phoenix rising and peace. Green light. Getting together and partying with community. So what I am seeing is that you have gone through a long period of time where you have been in self-isolation. In other words, kind of learning about yourself, learning about your environment, learning about everything that's around you, maybe things that had to do with traumas or backwards thinking. It doesn't matter. But when you're in school, it's hard. You're going through it. I want to say you're being dragged through the mud for a really good amount of time because you're being taught how to do something different. And I feel like the message that you're receiving is that school is over, that the red light being this Phoenix and inner peace, this is talking about having to break things down and come out of the ashes and then finding peace amongst the chaos. So that period of your life is over, and the next period that you're entering into is one that's more social, like talking to people, connecting to soul family, being more able to go out in the world and engage with people because of the fact that you are currently in the right frequency to do so. So the way that I would explain it is that you were made to forced to be in isolation mostly and kind of deal with your traumas and drama, because if you would have been in this group back then, you would have probably screwed things up with your own, self-sabotage and ways. And so now that is over. And now what's going to happen is it is time for you to engage with other people. Wow, we have the Tower card confirming that is over. And that follows by the 10 of Cups. And the Sun card. You see, after this Tower of you're done with school, it's time to move forward. Now we're entering into this area where you're feeling more content with life and happier because you're clear in your mind. We have the 9 of Wands to the 8 of Wands, and that's awesome because the stagnation is no longer happening and you're starting to move forward. So, I mean, this Chiron being in your side is actually a very good thing. Do you see this? The whole packet flew out. And then we have Judgment because you have been judged. And then we have the 4 of Swords, followed by the King of Pots. So in the time of your meditation, contemplation, death, you have grown a lot emotionally. You have been able to, this is the 3 of Pentacles, kind of put all the pieces of your puzzle together and realize what has been broken. And this new path that you're going through with the Fool card is something that I want to say is a payment for all the sadness that you experienced with the 3 of Swords. And now you have the Wheel of Fortune. So you get to choose your new path. So it's kind of like you're entering into a period where now you get to choose who you get to be around, what you get to be around. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands together. And that comes with the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. So what I'm seeing with that and what you're not seeing is that there is a lot like of soul family that wants to come together with you, that will release some of that heavy burden that you've been experiencing for a long time. And also there's a lot of abundance that's coming towards you that is also here to release some of that heavy burden that you have been moving and you had been having to carry alone. The 7 of Pentacles is kind of like all the investments that you have made has 2 of Wands you. In other words, opened a new path for you to be able to move forward. And I am seeing the 6 of Cups. So, and the 6 of Cups is talking about revisiting the person that you were prior to having to go through all this trauma. So I feel like I want to say for whoever is seeing this reading that I want to say karma, but I don't feel like it's karma. I feel like it's a life path lesson that you were here to learn. You finished it. And so now you get to move in a new direction and you get to choose how that direction is going to look like. And so I feel like open your eyes to what is going to be your center of focus around August, because that's where you're going to have the most massive change. All right. I don't feel like you're going to be able to really do anything about it. I feel it's more like it's going to be done for you as a reward of all your hard work. The next thing we're going to be looking at is August 12th. August 12th, there's a new moon in Leo, and there's also the sun is in Leo, and there's a total solar eclipse on Leo. That being said, even though there is a total solar eclipse, it doesn't necessarily mean you will see it, because it depends on what part of the world it's really centralizing in. We also have Mercury in Leo creating a conjunction with a Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and a trine in the Neptune retrograde in Aries, and a sextile with Uranus in Gemini. Literally, this is the energy of strong chaos. Have to remember that the South Node is connected to the energy of Leo. So the eclipse is on the South Node and in Leo itself also. So this is very impactful because what it is, it's kind of like revealing a hidden aspect of yourself, releasing old, outdated versions of yourself, and kind of shifting the way that you perceive reality because you graduated. Let's just be honest, because it showed here you graduated. So Taurus, let's find out what that's all about. I literally divided the deck. I have to show you this. and it's between two worlds and chaos and conflict. Literally, that's a Tower moment. So we are starting this next middle of the month with still the energy of the beginning of the month where we're seeing a Tower. And you're in between two worlds. The problem with being in between two worlds is that you feel like things are stagnant for a little bit, but that's on purpose. Okay, so these two flew out. We have the Y and blessed. Okay, this is where the struggles of the past strongly affect you, right? Because this is where you start becoming a little suspicious of the positive things that are happening to you, because you've had to struggle for everything so long that now that things come in a little bit easier, you're like, something sounds wrong here. I mean, and we have loyal hearts. And that is where, okay, this is interesting because this morning I woke up with this message, and this message is like, you don't trust. And then my thought process, while I heard, you don't trust, you know what it is to wake up in the morning and you hear like a phrase like that, you don't trust. And then I'm like, I'm well aware that I have issues with trust, but I also have justification as to why there is issues with trust, right? And then I'm like, I think trust is earned. And then that same voice that told me that of, you don't trust, said, I understand that trust is earned, but you still have to open the door to allow for people to show you that they can be trusted. And that hit hard, because what I'm hearing is the fact that sometimes we put up our walls so strong, and we had to, because we're going through a really strong life lesson. But sometimes we can make it so strong that we don't even allow space for a person to show us, I am safe. You can trust me. And so I thought that was really interesting, especially since it's here. So it's kind of like I'm feeling the energy of loyal people coming towards your life. They are very accepting of you and loving of you, but you don't really trust them 1,000%. And I mean, what I can tell you is put your guards up, but don't put them so up that you actually reject or are too sadistic. Not sadistic. That's not the word. It's like suspicious. It's not suspicious. The word isn't suspicious. It's I forgot the word. It's like in the tip of my tongue, and I can't think about it. It's not pessimistic. It's kind of like you are in this energy where you accept things, but you're like, yeah, right. And I'm waiting until the shoe drops. I guess what they're telling you is be a little bit less like that. Shut up. And you got the Tower yet again. Holy shit. This is crazy. Look at the Tower to your ego. Didn't I tell you that this is supposed to kill your ego and pivot and change you? I feel like the chains of mistrust are going to be breaking around August. I don't know what happens, but you stop being cynical. I knew that word was going to come out. You stop being so cynical for the people around you. And I understand why you are cynical, because it like what I'm looking at, you went through hell in a handbasket, right? But that's going to be starting to leave. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Death card. This is big, this event in the middle of the month for you. We already have 3 major arcanas. 4 major arcanas. Emperor. Ace of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that the transformation is as the ego starts to die and you shift into this new paradigm, right? The things that you have invested in, healing, moving forward, clearing trauma, etc., financial stability, etc., is creating a strong transformation inside of you. That soul death is going to awaken your inner emperor. So the inner person inside of you that is able to take ownership, responsibility, control of the situations around you, instead of sitting in victim mode, you just kind of adjust things based on what you have learned in the past. And this is going to instigate a period of new growth in you and new action. It's something that you're not used to, and it might feel a little bit unnerving because, like I said, you've grown these walls for a reason, right? But they're going to be positive for you. There's going to be a lot of options opening up for you with the Seven of Cups because you're releasing yourself from the Eight of Swords. So walking through a new gate, no longer, I want to say, self-sabotaging. I feel like you have conquered your own inner demons with the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. And now there's something new that is coming that you're not even paying attention to. Because see, he's paying attention to the Three Cups in front of him, and there's something coming from behind. And what is coming from behind is something where there is some kind of female energy that has very strong power, authority, and things like that around you that is going to be offering you some kind of movement forward. They're offering you their cup. And they know that you are still in page energy because it's the Page of Wands. You're still in page energy, and your plan is not made for your future, but they're willing to make this commitment with you with the Two of Cups to help you move into that new future. So this is why you're untrusting, right? Because what I'm seeing here is this energy where you are realizing, oh, this is making me sick to my stomach. You are realizing that people are actually caring. Oh, it makes me kind of feel sad. Um, People are actually caring, and people really want to help you. And like they're opening the door to you. And that's something that you've never had before, because everybody used to only open the doors because they were expecting something in return. Oh, you guys made me emotional, you guys. That energy made me emotional. Okay. But it's about damn time, right? Okay. Hopefully I don't look crazy. All right. Next thing that we're going to look to, and it's the last thing of the month, is August 28th. August 28th, there's a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And this is big. This is big because it's a massive psychic purge. It's kind of like a finale to the era of Pisces. And I know I've been seeing different eras ending in Pisces, right? But you have to keep in mind that we're not just one element. We are mind, we are body, and we are spirit. So I feel like these last couple of years, first I noticed that the body was dying. Then I noticed that the mind was dying, which was the last couple of years. And now the thing that has died, and the last thing that is dying, is the soul of the age of Pisces. And this can release a lot of people's really big traumas. And a lot of people might feel unsure because there's blurred lines. It's kind of like if you were looking at it that we were in two worlds. Right now for this eclipse, we're going to be in one world at the same time to move into this. And so it's been like this for a while, and it's doing that. And around August 28th, I perceive that is that in between space. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel that in between space will be very active until Chiron is going direct in Taurus, right? When it finally releases that, which would be in January. So this last stretch of the year is where things separate, you know? So that being said, I want to see how it's going to affect you personally. Even though you guys already made me emotional, like WTF, stop that. All right, let's see. For my Taurus is the 28th. Left on red. Burn the bridge. Oof. Somebody is going to feel pissy about the fact that you're moving on. No contact zone. Okay. So the entire beginning of the month is all about you. Okay? It's all about you. And the end of the month, on August 28th, around that time, it's about everybody you left behind and how salty they are about the fact that you're no longer there. Is that a you fault? No, it's not a you fault. It's a them fault. Like GF. Like, what the okay. I got one. Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is what we saw ending the energy of August 12th, right? Two of Wands is opening the door for you to move in a new direction. And here you are. See, for me, a cat eating ramen. I forgot to put this off of mirror. A cat eating ramen for me is a depiction of a long life. So in Asian cultures, well, I have a lot of friends that are Filipinos, right? And they had this tradition where for birthdays, they would always made really long noodles so that your life will be very, very long, right? And what I'm hearing here is that this connection that's been so long since I thought about that. Just a side note, okay? From this connection that is starting out, right? This is going to be long. Like, this is going to be something that's going to be lasting for long. So if this is a friendship, if this is business, if this is a relationship, it does not matter. It's going to be there for a long fucking time. And then the next thing we see is Queen of Cups with the Knight of Wands. And here you are drinking your tea, being chill, because you are in this energy of finally I'm settling in my throne where I am emotionally content, where things are fine. And here comes the Knight of Wands. Somebody hot about the fact that you no longer think about them. Hermit. They're the ones left on red, and they're putting a light on you. And honestly, this is so weird because the way it landed on my table, it looks like this. So they are putting a light on you. King of Pentacles, because they perceive that that is their right, because they are the ones that are materially well. I'm not really sure why they're feeling like the King of Pentacles. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Ooh, I have my cards backwards. Oh, I have that backwards. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Not because they are materially well, because they are losing their material wealth. Because this Ace of Swords specifically reminds me of like the truth killing something, ending something. Tell me more about that, because that's different. Temperance card. Things are balancing out because of what you wished and you desired, and this is bringing nightmares to them. So it's kind of, I don't know why, whoever was connected to you, the fact that you held space for them, the fact that you were connected in their lives, material, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, I don't know how, that was keeping them in their throne. Like in that position where they were materially stable. And when you leave, that distorts the balance in such a way where here we have the energy of the star balancing out, and now they're losing their shit. So I don't know how you were affecting them. And this is the thing about connections with people, that you don't know how you answering phone calls, taking messages, holding space for them, thinking about them, even if it's positive or negative, feeds into the energy of these individuals. And I feel like you being disconnected is bringing their worst nightmares to them. In the bottom of the deck, we have because they're being judged. 10 of Pentacles. This is interesting because the Ten of Pentacles here. Do you see those two little mice? Seeing one asleep and then the other one stealing something? Because the Judgment, what is saying is that things are coming to light about how they were taking from you and how they were victorious, Six of Wands, because they being people of the past, because they were taking from you. The people of the past, Six of Cups, were taking from you and were victorious because of that. And now, I didn't know this, but the Chariot card is upside down, and that is being blocked. And now the Hierophant card, which is the God, source, universe, blah blah blah, is coming with the Five of Swords, bringing the pirating energy towards them. That means that whatever they took is going to be taken away and compensated from them. And that's not a you thing, because here we have the King of Swords, which is kind of Archangel Michael coming in, adjusting the devil energy, and is coming during this moon cycle. So I feel like they were warned for a long period of time that messing around, they're going to lose everything. But because it didn't happen, they thought, oh, those are just empty promises. People wishing that things are not going to be the same. I mean, that they're going to get justice and blah, blah, blah. But those are those fanatical, crazy people. Look, at the world doesn't work like that. The world works like this. You have to take what you need, blah, 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 and stuff. And I feel like at least me in this channel, for the last like almost 2 years, I've been telling people, stop fucking around, stop fucking around, stop fucking around. And I feel like they're going to find out now. And when they find out, because their world is coming apart, they're going to be coming at you kind of feisty. And maybe some of them might be coming at you very emotional, kind of like hitting you in all the spots that you kind of wanted. But bear in mind that they are who they are, and the only reason they're coming back is because they want something from you. And that means that as soon as they get it, they're going to be gone. And that would be a choice for you. I hope that helps you. We'll see you next time.